Hello and welcome to Whimsicality, a group Iron Man team consisting of yours truly, Railed, and my teammates, Rizu, Twink Joshua, Deskhead, and Needs Brew. I have to also disclaim that this is like the third take on recording this without breaking into a chuckle because of how silly their names are, but I honestly applaud them for having these names. But from here on out, what is this about? Well, it is going to be a progress series from my perspective and the hopes to see how far we can go without losing all 5 of our lives, starting off as hardcore group Iron Man. Time will tell when we'll lose all the lives, be it probably by next week or maybe a year from now if we're lucky, but who's to say? So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this. I will try and make more of these videos when I have the time and schedule permits me, of course. But enough of the whole yapping here. Well, let's go through the whole standard procedure of starting off any new account that comes into this world of old school Runescape. And now we have the iconic quest to start with, Cook's Assistant done. Next, we have X marks the spot completed. Lets us be able to start collecting clue scroll boxes, which will be pretty useful early on for our accounts, potentially getting some nice gear upgrades and maybe some cool loot. Another easy quest done. This one's going to give us access to Varlamore, which will give us access to a really nice early money making method using something called Eclipse Reds. I will show this method in just a moment. There's Romeo and Juliet done. Now here we have the Eclipse Reds. They have a spawn here on the 3rd floor at the Hunters Guild. For some reason Jagex decided to put this in, and it turns out it's actually really profitable for early on. Better than trying to risk your life at the stronghold of security, because what you just need to do is just stand here and hop like 6 worlds, I think, and then you can cycle back to the start of your cycle. And be able to just pick up a full inventory, go head down and go to the bank, deposit all, come back up, rinse and repeat for however long you want, and then later on you'll be able to sell these at Alderaan for a nice bit of GP. It's really good early on and not bad for, nice little cash infusion when you need it. Alright, after probably about 10 to 15 minutes, I've got about 3 inventories worth of Eclipse Reds. We're here in Alderaan to sell it off, and it turns out that the price doesn't go down when you overstock it, so you can sell this as quickly as you want. I decided to do it for just 1 at a time because I wasn't sure, but it turns out you can do this as fast as you want. You can sell them 50 at a time and it'll still all be worth like 700 per sell, which, look at that, nearly 60,000 GP just like that after about 15 minutes of world hopping and collecting the Eclipse Reds. Very worth it in my book to just get a little bit of money going. Now, I decided to go for Witch's House as soon as I can because it gives you HP levels, and being as early as we are, 10 HP does not really cut it when you want to try and make sure you stay alive for as long as you can. And so I try to do that, and it turns out that these guys do kind of slap when you have no defense. And of course, being the dingus that I was, I decided to take off the armor too to try and make sure I can actually hit these guys and, successfully kill them. When I was doing this at the time, I did not know I could just trap them east and west style so that they don't keep on hitting me. So I was doing step unders instead and just, using the food that I have. But thankfully, it was all good. It's just that there were a couple of moments during all this that was just a little scary, but that just comes with the territory, of course. And there's Witch's House completed. That gives us a nice little bonus of 24 health rather than having 10 to be able to take on the world now. God, it's just so nice to be able to have a little bit of a cushion on that. And now we lead right into the Idols of Milk. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce the quest, the idols, IDs, whatever. The extra health is definitely helpful here in case of a mistake happening, because I didn't know that Brutus here could max like a 19 when he charges like that. So if you're not careful and you're just not like capable of being able to get out of the way, you will just get smacked to death real quick. And I also found out that there's this safe spot here. I mean, it is a little silly to look at considering all things. This is a very early quest, but it's all you need to be able to finish this off, especially with how early I was trying to knock this out. So it was worth it. And this gives me a pretty nice way of just getting some early combat XP, I would say, which you kind of need to be able to start getting a little bit of strength and defenses going, essentially. And there we have it. The quest is now completed. Very good.
All right, that should be enough. No, he just regened. Okay. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough.
And now we have Vampire Slayer completed. This gives us a nice little boost to attack, so we don't have to train too much of that early on. Really nice, because there's going to be more of these that just sort of stacks up our attack and strength real easily. Ernest the Chicken completed. Restless Ghost as well. And Mistland Mystery, alongside the Mystery of Ruins, weirdly enough. And Tree Gnome Village, that juicy amount of attack XP, thank you very much. And a City of Plague completed as well, which conveniently leads into doing Biohazard, which is great, so that we can now do the Ardoon Easy Diary, letting us have a nice cloak that lets us have easy access to a fairy ring and a spirit tree on the other side. Essential for early game. I did maybe a few too many fishing trawler games. I was only supposed to do one, but I ended up doing like 10 to 15 of them instead, I guess, during this period. I got like 2 angler pieces, and I figured, you know, I might as well see if I can get the full set while I'm going for this rusty sword. And no, I ended up just getting the rusty sword after 2 pieces, and I'm like, you know what, I should stop trying to do too many. I'm gonna move on to doing the RD Easy Diary. Oh, why, thank you very much. I love it. Okay, thank you for the cape. Oh, look at that thing. It's so good. Yeah, there we are. Oh, great. The incredible settled killer right here for his nightmare. Ooh. Yeah, that would kill right there. Unfortunate. And besides losing our nightmare mode accounts, we got juicy attack XP and a little bit of thieving XP as well. So this is going to help jumpstart our thieving grind later on. Merlin's Crystal completed, which leads us into doing Waterfall Quest. This part, always the scariest bit, I think, if you're not careful. I went ahead and tried to PJ a zombie so that it takes the aggro for a bit so that these moss giants don't just smack me. Granted, I have plenty of food and I have a nice cushion of health, but it's better safe than sorry, of course. You know, when you are trying not to die, of course. And with the quest completed, we get ourselves a nice fat amount of XP and to attack and strength. Really, really nice to just buffer those out even further. And conveniently, here we are using those stats against the Black Knight Titan for Holy Grail. Let me just say that if you fought this thing as intended, you would probably be suffering quite a bit of damage. But thankfully, he's so old at this point that he doesn't seem to register you as a target unless you're standing there for at least like 2 or 3 seconds, which leads you to doing some silly stuff like whoops walking right here. You just click back and forth like this. Granted, you don't have to do it like this. You can just stand back before your next attack is ready, and then you can attack and then step back. But I decided to just go about this because this just felt normal at the time. Oh, and looks like I just ended up doing this anyways. Brilliant. Well, I'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. And it turns out that it did in fact take about 8 minutes to kill this thing, but you had to do it with the Excalibur, which felt like it was worse than the Adamant Simi that I had, but I think they have like literally the similar stats when it comes to slash, so it was quite arduous regardless. Yeah, like look at that, 29 slash for either one. It didn't matter. It was pretty bad all around. Oh ho ho, and here we have Holy Grail completed. Huge amount of prayer and defense XP. we've gotten ourselves a jump start once more into 2 big stats that will keep us staying alive. Well, as best as it can be. We still need to work on overhead prayers, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Dwarf Cannon, Below Ice Mountain, and Black Knight's Fortress. Recruitment Drive, and right into Knight Sword, giving us a nice hearty amount of smithing XP. Oh, so good. And that's Priest in Peril completed, giving us access to Mauritania, a whole new region. Wow.
Jug of water and logs, okay. Oh, I've lost internet. Nice. Look at that. Could you imagine if that DC happened like 15 minutes ago?
And not even like 5 minutes after that, it started having issues again. Like, my internet was not having a good time. This is just kind of like a taste for me to figure out what it's going to be like when I have to do any sort of real dangerous content. And I'm going to have like a DC like this, which kind of makes me want to try and get an escape crystal early. But I'll just tell you right now, I still don't have one. I have not bought one, and it's been probably like a few weeks since I've started this this group. Haziel Cult completed. And Doric's quest completed. He sure did not see me coming in with all the things that he requested without any sort of clairvoyance or foretelling, right? Right? And be gone with thee, Delrith, from whence you came. What a pitiful lesser demon that he is that would bring ruin to Varrock. Oh well, sometimes you can't win them all, but we have Demon Slayer completed and I've acquired Silverlight, which, you know, will be great later on when it's actually upgraded and not in its pitiful state. Well, I can't seem to stay away from Fishing Trawler because I'm still eager to get the full angler's outfit for whatever reason. It's not like required for anything for a while. It's just more of it's the purpose of doing it at this point. I'm 2 out of 4. I might as well do my best to see if I can get it as soon as I can so I don't ever have to come back here again. Well, after probably about an hour session with a couple of friends who decided to show up and join me for the journey, I didn't get any more pieces, so we'll come back to this another time, of course. Onwards to more questing. Roll the next few clips. Observatory and Nature Spirit. Oh my, we have some agility XP waiting for us. Oh my, a second set of agility XP, let's go. And there's Tourist Trap completed as well, with 28 agility from those little batches of XP. Yum, yum. And another juicy one right here with Grand Tree. Even more attack XP. Look at that. 44 attack without actually having to do any training. Just from quests. It's pretty good. Alongside with agility magic and such, but we gotta keep going. Another big one with 15k thieving XP from the feud. I had to do a little bit of extra thieving before this quest, but like, it was like 10 minutes of it or whatever. No big deal. We just get this done, and now we got a nice little bonus on the levels. Questing is really nice, guys. I'm just saying, questing is really nice for the early games. Speaking of early questing, we got Death on the Isle with some more thieving XP. It's just thieving all around. You don't have to go through the early stuff. Although, you'll probably still want to do some more anyways for, you know, just GP and everything. But this is going to make it so that you fail less and everything. Really, really good. Elemental Workshop 1 and 2. And in a brief woodcutting session to be able to get 36 woodcutting for Lost City so that I can do that and then lead into Fairy Tale Part 1 and then be able to access fairy rings. Hopefully, things will go well. Well, it is a new day. I've already gotten the woodcutting levels done at this point. We are able to now go through Lost City. It just took a little bit longer than I thought, I guess, but nonetheless, we can finally get started on this and hopefully get through to Fairy Tale. Right. So we got to get a bronze axe from this guy. Hopefully we just get it just like that. I don't know. I'm sure. Oh, this is going to take forever.
Holy crap. Somehow that just hits better. Hang on one moment. There we go. Oh yeah, this is certainly hitting. This is nice. All right, let's see if we're humble. Oh, there it is. Easy game. And there we go. Just free like that. And now let's go ahead and grab, I don't know, maybe 7 of these or something. I don't know if I really need that many. Error is just, for some reason, I'm always like keen to make sure I have backups for whatever reason. So why not, right? Yeah, that's good enough. All right, let's get out of here. And the lost city is discovered. Now we can finally just go straight into doing Fairy Tale Part 1. Ooh, so this was what I was worried about, is getting something that I won't really be able to do right away. So we need Mortmire Fungus, which is easy enough. We have a Blessicle for that, a Nature Talisman, and an Avantoe herb. Mind you, this is a clean Avantoe. I don't have the stats to do that anytime soon. And then the Nature Talisman, God forbid, trying to get that like naturally, no pun intended, is not easy to do. I will probably have to sit a goater just to be able to get one potentially. That's like my best way to do it. So I'm going to be having to strap myself in for a while to be able to get this. And then the Avantoe herb, well, you're going to see it in just a moment. We have to do a little sidetracking, just a smidge, to do Prince Alley Rescue. I mean, might as well have it done anyway, so I don't have to pay the fee for the toll. But interestingly enough, me and a couple friends have found out that you can actually get a clean Avantoe from Sorceress's Garden. It's not too rare. It's just that like you have to just go pick an herb from that herb patch rather than picking a squirk fruit from the tree. That's all you have to do. You pick the herb from the herb patch, and strangely enough, it is clean. It's not a grimy one. And I don't know why it's like that, but I will show you in just a moment that this is what it is. Oh, please. Come on. I've already done a couple of tries, and like, it's not bad. It's just, it's the waiting and the slight impatience within me for some reason. I'm hoping that, you know, third time's a charm and all. Come on. That's probably good. Yeah, let's see. Please, game. Oh, there it is. There's the Avantoe right there. You can tell by the fact that it has a little A next to the herb. That's just like an herb identifier. Oh, we are so set for that one. That's the easy one too. That's great. I mean, if we don't count the Mortmire Fungus, but that is a relief. I don't have to get like 50 Herblore to be able to do that. Okay. Now we gotta go to Goater, unfortunately. Righto. Should be all done here. Yep, thank you for the small pouch. It's going to come in handy for the minigame itself. Oh, it's a medium pouch. Never mind. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Well, let's go ahead and lock ourselves in for a little bit. Hopefully we can just get a Nature Talisman just like that. You know, it's come to my attention that it kind of sucks doing this minigame without all the Guardians of the Rift outfit and Varrock armor. So I've decided to just take a pause for a moment and go, oh, some Abyssal Pearls. Well, I guess we could buy a talisman if we actually can't get the drop. So yeah, that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and just go head out and do the Varrock Easy Diary so that I will get some extra fragments, because it is pretty slow when you don't get like double fragments occasionally. Yeah, this is 50. Ugh, this is gonna be fun. Hi, this is present Railed. This is the past that we're looking at right now. He just finished the Varrock Easy Diary. Phenomenal work. That's gonna come in handy for Goater. But here's the problem. I decided to use it on Prayer earlier for some reason. I don't really have an explanation to why. That should have gone straight into Herblore instead. But I guess the thinking was that I didn't have 30 Herblord to be able to put it in right away. And like prayer and overheads seemed like a priority at the time, which they're nice, but I definitely should have just kept the lamp or whatever, but I just felt like it was a slightly silly thing to do is all. Oh well, back to go to Rico. Well, let's see if we just get a little lucky here with 6 poles. Come on, game. You know you want to give me the nature talisman. Ooh, a large pouch. And some nature runes, not the right thing. Oh, come on. Ah. Okay, well, I mean, we're going to be here for a bit longer, but hey, we have a large pouch to work with now, so anything to make it more points per hour. So let's continue. I have decided to make the executive decision to probably stack a bunch of points before polling. I feel like doing it a little bit at a time is like, you know, this is the way you should do it, but for some reason I'm having this feeling of like, I'm gonna go pretty dry on this, and you know what? To hell with it. I'm just gonna stack up like 30, 40 points maybe or something like that and do it all at once or something. So I'll just do that, I feel. I mean, at least I'm going to get a lot of rune crafting levels out of it. It's not going to really be relevant for a little while, but it's going to be nice. I'm going to also get a ton of just general usage runes from all of this once it's all said and done. So I guess I'm going to be living here for like the next day of my life or something like that, I guess. I don't know. I'll see how long it's going to be, but I'll probably have the video end for now while I do this. So I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.